dude, what were you thinking? Oh my God. Okay, so here's where we're at. I don't even know if I'm going to touch on the second part of the title. It's it's too funny, but it's sad in a lot of ways, because that kind of stuff has a history of bouncing back on you in a way you never expect, if it's true. If it's true, but I can tell you that I've read comments from 2 or 3 different places that the possibility of that scenario occurring exists. I don't know that it's true, though. Big E and Sabu. Wait, well, now here's a guy that we could find out about anybody. If there's anybody that knows about the second part of my title, good day to you too, Big E and Sabu. So, is there actually, now this is the go-to man when it comes to the Philippines genre? Is there a person that put his privates on a private video that may have been released to other people in the Philippines genre to see? I heard 2 different versions of this story on 3 different channels in the comments section. So only Big E can. Oh my God! Oh, okay. All right. Oh God! I can honestly say that I was laughing so hard, not because of the video possibility itself, but the possibility of the guy's video, if it's true, being played on the morning of Thanksgiving or Christmas or perhaps New Year's Eve, the video flashing on the screen. Oh my God. Okay, well, that's enough of that. But, well, there's not going to be ever enough of that. Holy macaronis. So that's pretty interesting. I can you, Big E, can you picture that video being played just before Thanksgiving dinner? Somebody throwing it up on the screen. Let's go look at some videos before Thanksgiving dinner. And that's when I picture that video being played. Shout out to Chi Corsairs. She's the new YouTube shout out king. Not only does she give you a shout out when you make a comment, but she is multiplying, multiplicity, multiplying. Shout out, 3 shout outs sometimes you'll get, depending on the quality and quantity of your comment. So Chi Corsairs is another YouTube genre Philippines blogging sensation. So if you're not subscribed to Big E and Chi Corsairs, I suggest you get right over to their show to find out more information about someone who put his giblets on the internet. Oh my God. Okay. Shout out. Chi Corsairs is working my live stream. Shout out. So whether or not I was reluctant to put that in the title, but you know what? Considering what YouTube did to me the last few days, whenever I put anything serious in the title, my actual physical cam would go off but it was okay because I had nothing really that I wanted to talk about anyway. That was real important that everybody else isn't talking about. But my God, Chico says, shout out, shout out. So if you want to get a shout out, shout out, shout out. Oh my God, my Gulai, the show of Francine Francis earlier. I have no idea what that is. I did not see that particular show, but I saw in the comments of two other shows that people were talking about somebody sharing their personal giblets on YouTube. Now personally, I can honestly say I've never done that, and I can honestly say I never would, and I can honestly say it never interested me. I can honestly also say that I have had people on Skype via the internet that have asked to do, a commonality show where you show me mine and I show you yours, and I laugh at them because Big E said it all. Um, he said, never trust anyone on the internet to do something profane like that because they can blackmail you with that. I mean, seriously. No, no, yeah, a Big E. Never would you ever, unless that's your business. I mean, if you're going to make a business out of it, then they have websites for stuff like that, and then you have to deal with that. I mean, Big E says grab the phone and make it an audio file. Don't put it up as a this what somebody needs to do, in my opinion, is to get that video and to black out the face and the giblets themselves, but to show the motion of the ocean going on the other end. I would, if I had the ability to edit videos like that and I had the video, I think I would personally put it up with no names and no channel icons or anything like that, and I would put it in as the title. This is the one thing that you should never do on the internet. I gotta tell you, man, that is above and beyond even some of the greatest absurdities on YouTube, which there are many. But putting the package on the show, thinking that it's going to remain private, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? And I'm not kidding. What were you thinking? Now, you could use the excuse that you were under the influence. And in fact, I would say you were under the influence of stupid, stupid. You what your mom? I got oh my God, oh my gulai, as Chico Sass would say. Oh my gulai, shout God, Derek. Derek Jones is here. Welcome to the machine, Derek Jones. Is this real? Big E confirms that there is now a video of someone caught literally with his pants down around his ankles. YouTube, Philippines genre, it is now official that someone has been caught with their pants down around their ankles. Woo! I don't even know who the person is, to be honest with you. If you gave me 100 million pesos or enough pesos to buy a computer, I couldn't tell you the name of the person that did that. But if someone else wants to share their opinion as to who they think it was, you'd be welcome to do so. Blue Rose. Now, Blue Rose is a man of honor. You'd never catch Blue Rose in a position like that, or myself, or the wordsmith, or the coal stove man, or any of my personal friends. I could probably guarantee you that in life, in history of the internet, none of my personal friends have ever had a stupid moment like that. Now that we're talking quality stupid, all capitals, in brackets, multiple layers of, like the glasses on my live stream thumbnail, multiple layers of stupid. Holy macaroni. So, Big Kevin, let this be a lesson to you and your new internet friend Shirley to never, ever, ever do anything like that. Although I know that you never would, but now that man is in the position, and I think a good position, to be ridiculed and made fun of for let's say 3 weeks. Let's just say until the lockout stops. Let's just say that this is going to be an internet sensation. I could picture somebody grabbing that video, doing sound bites with imaging processing over the face and over the giblets themselves, and holy macaroni, boy, you talk about stupid. Boy, that's stupid. That is just, okay. So I'm going to read the comments. My eyes are tearing up. Tears in my eyes from laughter today, not the crocodile tears of crying, but my God, you talk about a stupid moment. Biggie, even if you are doing the real thing with a real woman, and grab the phone and don't take pictures or videos of it, there will be no problem. That's right. Well, shout out to Derek. Welcome to Sir Fazio's show. Derek Jones, is this real? Big Kevin, yes, Derek Jones, this is real, baby. This is as real as it gets. And then we're going to get into some real internet truths about the banking industry in the Philippines in a minute, because I got to tell you, I just got off the phone with my bank, and I'm not happy about what's going on with my bank. And he knows I'm not happy, and I know that he knows that I'm not happy. And I'm just not happy. And I'm going to talk to you about the money that Warren H. transferred to my account in the Philippines. I'll talk about that in a minute. Smacky Pants says hello. Those you people with no content or fake icons. I don't know if you're real or not. I'm not really going to concentrate on any more of your comments. Here's Pedro Rojas Cervantes says LubeTube. That's a good one. I might have to make a backup video of this conversation. Big E confirms that this moment of stupidity, this giganda moment of ignorance, this giant of stupid on YouTube was not this individual's only undoing. It is sadly, says Big E, this sadly is one of many things this individual has been doing. He deserves what he gets. I'm not going to hold back on this. This is pure stupid. This is beyond stupid. This is YouTube. This is the kind of stuff that people do while under the influence and what are moving into hallucinogenic states of consciousness, either due to withdrawal or because they over medicated themselves. My God. Okay. The oy vey Russ. Someone caught the oy vey. Someone Big Kevin knows better than that anyway. So, but But this, I don't need, I don't want to know the guy's name. You don't have to put his name up here. So Big Kevin says, don't upset the wrong person because that's what you get. Okay, so we had a moment of truth here on YouTube. There is, I don't think there's going to be anybody that's going to back up stupid. Here's the way I look at the internet. Okay, now whatever I've done on the internet, as crazy as some of the stuff is that I do, I could show it to my mother or my family. I could show it to anybody in my family. And my family knows I do crazy stuff on YouTube. And they just laugh. Sometimes when I was back in New York, we put it up on a 72-inch screen. And we sat there for hours and laughed at some of my antics. But that would not be, that would go around, a video like that would go around my family, and it would cause them despair that I would be stupid enough to do something like that, because everybody in my family knows that I'm a little bit more intelligent than that. So, and as little as the people that you understand comment that are my family on YouTube, and that I would never give up the ghost as to who those commenters are, they would not tolerate something like that. They would just stop watching my channel because they have family, and some of them even have grandchildren that watch my videos. So, for instance, my daughter is in her early 30s, and her birthday was last week. She probably would not be very happy about seeing me share the giblets on YouTube. Okay, she already has enough trouble with the Rabbi Jew Barker persona, and she laughs at it, but she just knows me. But you people that you pulling your pants down on your ankles and sharing the wealth, so to speak, on LubeTube, as Cervantes says, that's stupid. So let me get to the bottom of the comments, and you guys keep posting. I don't want to know the guy's name. I really don't want to know. Somebody caught the oy vey rut. Okay, so here is the body, the embodiment of my. First of all, let's do shout out, as Chico says, to take a line out of the Chico says Philippines vlogging genre. Shout out to Pedro Rojas Cervantes. Shout out to Chico says. Shout out to Derek Jones. Shout out to Big Kevin Noble. Shout out to Big E and Sabu. Shout out to Smacky Pants. Shout out to Blue Rose. And there was one more. Shout out to Derek Jones. Big shout out. Chico says that we'll leave it up to you to give the rest of the shout outs on my show. Shout out, Big Kevin, Big E, shout out. So here's what happened. Now, I did not stop the movement forward to purchase the ASUS ZenBook Pro Duo. So we all know that last Thursday, Warren shipped some of the money to my bank account in the Philippines. And the bank account numbers I gave Warren, of course, are correct. So let's just go Thursday morning Australia time, which would have been real early Philippines time, before 12 noon anyway. All right, but not so midnight. So Friday business day went by. Saturday they're open. Some banks are open for half a day, but Monday and Tuesday went by, and today's Wednesday. So I called up my bank. Today's Tuesday, excuse me. But I called up my bank today, which should be 3 days, and asked if that money was shipped, and they said no. Now, I don't know why, but that money has not been shipped. So I can do this a different way. Shout out, Big Kevin. I could do this a different way. I could just do it by transferring money from one bank account in America to another, but instead of paying $60, it's going to go via a check into my bank account. So the check will take 2 days to get from where it's originating to my bank account in Florida, and then I'll have the money accessible. And fortunately, I ordered that, and they did. So what happened is I called up the ASUS hotline. Okay, so over here on their screen, it's when you add it to your cart, which I have. I added it to a wish list, and it gave me a phone number. Let's see if I can find that phone number. Okay, yeah, this phone number here. Let us call you. So I won't show you my phone number, of course, but I requested a phone call back from them because ASUS, and we'll go to the other website. You guys are ordering a computer. This all could have been circumvented if the money from Warren went to my Philippines bank account, and if the malls were open, and if the ASUS computer stores were open, this would already be in the process of being close to being done. But on Saturday, I went to the city and everything is closed. So at the top of a page, let's see where it says. Well, just you can take my word for it, or I could find it for you. These computers, they ship from America. They are not, okay, here it is. In stock, ships from the United States. Now, it's sold by Newegg in the Philippines, but it ships from the United States. So I called up Newegg in the United States, and I said to them, well, I live in the Philippines. Will you take my bank debit card from the Philippines? And they said no. So the money that Warren put in my bank account in the Philippines is not going to be available. So I found that information out late last night. So now I have to do this through my American bank account, which means the money that I ordered to be put into the bank via a check, because to do a bank transfer in America, it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. $60. It's $59.95, they call it. $60 if you want to do a bank transfer from one bank account in New York to a bank account in Florida, it's $60. That all it is just, there's no paper, there's no postage, there's nobody reading mail. It's just the push of a button. It's ridiculous. So it's $60 to transfer $1 or $50,000. Doesn't matter. And it's the same thing to transfer money from Florida to the Philippines. Now, I'm going to just tell you how screwed up the banking system is here. I have a checkbook that I could write a check from my Florida bank account to my Philippines bank account, and it will only cost me, if you do that within 6 months of setting up the bank account, it's a $30 charge. So my account was set up last year. So they waived the $30 charge. They do charge me $5 to deposit a check from my American bank account into my Philippines bank account. And on top of this ridiculous $5 charge to deposit a check, it's 30 business days. Now, if you did that over the Christmas holidays, you could wait 42, 43 days for your money. 40 days to wait for but the money is withdrawn immediately. Soon as that check hits the Philippines bank account, it goes into the system, and at midnight, the money goes somewhere because it disappears from your American bank account. Now, the Philippines bank officer, mention his name, says he doesn't know where the money is. He just knows it's not available. At the time I did that, it's not available for 30 business days. And he spent 40 minutes while I was sitting in his office trying to find out where the money was. And I went home and talked to my American bank representative, who I met when Carl Vela took me down to the Florida Keys last year. And I said to her, "Where's the money?" She goes, "I don't know." She goes, and she's been my banker for now going on 7 years. She said, "I don't know where it went. We know that it left the bank last night at 12 o'clock. So he disappear after your check hits the Philippines bank. They immediately withdraw the money. The money immediately is out of the Florida account, but you can't use the money for it was 41 days when I did that, when I transferred money. So it's just amazing. So 3 entire business days have gone by since Warren sent the money, but no money has appeared in my Philippines bank account. So a check from New York was sent to Florida. Now I didn't speak as to how long that check is going to be. It'll be 3 more business days, even though it's my money and I'm depositing my money from one place to another. It's still going to be another additional 72 hours that they hold the money and collect interest on it, because Newegg will only take an American credit card from me. There might be some other, if you're a Filipino, maybe, but I'm an American citizen, and they know that through my banking history. It's pretty damn interesting doing these banking things. So now I have to say that I have probably between getting the phone number for the proper bank with the proper name on it. Okay, there are several banks with the name that I use, that the bank account has the same name. And the addresses, some of them are where the bank is supposed to be, but when you call up the phone number, it's a dead number. You have to call up another bank. Now, another bank that's just 1 block away, and talk to a person, and they have to tell you to hold on, sir, wait a while. And then you're on the phone for a while, and then somebody else comes on the phone and says, "How can I help you?" And you ask them for the bank telephone number that's 1 block away. And they tell you to wait a while, and then like maybe 45 seconds passed, and they gave you they gave me the telephone number, but they don't have this number in their head. I don't know why, but so it took about 10 minutes to get the phone number for the bank. And then when I got the phone number for the bank, the gentleman was on a phone call, and I had to wait about a half an hour. So we have at least 3 hours of phone calls, conversations, and emails just to find out what to do. Plus, I had to confirm to ship money from one account to another in America. And that took, besides the initial conversation, which was more of a pleasantry than anything else, that took another hour. Okay. So we are talking about 5 hours to get money into different bank accounts, when if I was in America, I would have the whole thing done in a matter of 24 hours. The computer, the money sent from one place to another. But you can't send money in America from one place to another without a physical signature at the bank. So someone has to go to the bank and sign their name as a co-account, and then ship the money to me. I'm telling you, boy, this banking thing is a gimmick that just goes beyond gimmicks. How many ways can the banking industry destroy your time? Because every single one of these people say you have to have patience. Just give it a few more days. Meanwhile, they're sitting in some air-conditioned room in a chair telling you to have patience, but they're getting paid for their time. They don't care about you. Not just the Philippines bank, but the American banks don't care about you either. They tell you, we don't know where the money went. Well, can you find it? No. My bank literally didn't know where the money was once I cashed the check. And the Philippines bank didn't know where my money was once they cashed the check. The money disappeared for 41 days. I don't know. It's electronic. I'll tell you what, you get that guy that says some crazy stuff on the internet that the NSA is interested in, and they know where that email and when the words were said and who said it, and that has a voice analysis, and there's a printout with a map with the guy's apartment number and address, all within 3 seconds. And yet the bank that I do business with for 17 years in America and the bank I'm doing business with for 4 years in Bohol can't find my money. It's an amazing thing. All right, let's go back to the comments. Maybe we could have Big Kevin. Big Kevin comes up with the quote of the day. Nothing, shout out. Big Kevin, nothing worse than a woman scorned. Big E is moving right in on that concept. It reminds me of Black Sabbath. Shout out, Big E, Big Kevin. Shout out, Pedro Rojas Cervantes. I knew there was a brain-eating mutation of this virus. The Oive strain. Richard Lee Rogers. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the machine, Richard Lee Rogers. We are talking about someone who got caught with their pants down, sharing a moment of joyous jubilation, putting his giblets out there for the public to his future love interest or current love interest. And now the video is circulating on the internet and soon to be played Thanksgiving morning, Christmas morning, or New Year's Eve at midnight to his personal families and or relatives, children, parents, grandparents, and or cousins, if they exist. That's the story that I heard, that they're going to share this with that person's family during the next national holiday. Now, 4th of July, if in my opinion, I would share that the whole explosion part of the video, I would say 4th of July would be a good day. But when you're talking about family love, when you're talking about really sharing your inner sanctum with your family, I'm thinking Thanksgiving morning, right around 11:30, just before the snacks begin, to see, your favorite cousin or brother. I'm thinking that would be if I was going to share a video like that, and to be honest with you, I'd set up another channel. I'd set up another account altogether, and I'd ship that video out to his entire family. I would do that, because for me, I like that kind of humor. I like to see but I want to get the expressions on somebody's face. For me, I would think that it would be apropos to ship that out to a person's family. I don't know. Maybe it's I have a warped sense of humor, but that's the kind of stupid that needs to be prevented on YouTube. So, Richard Lee Rogers, what's up? Big E. Oh, someone sent you money. Did you bang the pot? Oh, yeah. Oh, Big E. Big E. You didn't hear about this? Warren sent me 85,000 pesos to buy a computer. And And then GE Northrop donated 315 US, which turns out to be 200 US or 10,000 pesos. And then when Warren heard that I was going to move money from one bank account to another, he added from 85, 95, 105, 125, 135. He added another 40,000 pesos. So actually, Warren shipped out 120,000 pesos total towards the computer. So the 140 from Warren and the 10,000 pesos from GE Northrop and the money that I had put away from my phone pays for the computer. So yeah, somebody sent me money. Did I bang a pot? I banged a pot. Yeah, I banged a pot. So basically, I put out one video about a week ago talking about my interest in buying a new computer. And Warren said, I'll take care of it, Dad. And so he took care of most of it. And then a lot of other people sent money on YouTube. And then there are the single donators on my Patreon account that they covered more than the 10,000 pesos I talked about from the phone. But they don't want their names to be, idolized on YouTube. But so basically, I put out a request for information to buy a computer, and also if anybody wanted to donate for a computer, I put out one video, and I collected so far about 165,000 pesos for that video. So thank you very much, everybody. Please stop sending money for the computer unless Two Bears is here. We have to talk about Two Bears in a minute. Now, I'm going to ask you to stop sending money for the computer unless you want me to upgrade one more time to the Cray Systems 3 supercomputer. So the Cray 3 was a vector supercomputer designated successor to the Cray 2. The system was one of the first major applications of gallium arsenide semiconductors in computing. Okay, so what happened is this computer, from what I understand, runs corporations like the NSA and Google. So basically, if you want me to upgrade from the ASUS Pro, I have to move to a Systems 3 Cray computer. And at that point, what I need is people to start to donate about $150,000 towards the hotel. Then what I'm going to do is I will dedicate the first floor of the hotel for air conditioning. The second floor will be the housing unit for the Cray Systems 3 computer. However, I'll need an additional 500,000 US dollars to put the Cray on the second floor. The third floor is going to be the Warren H. Pavilion, where Warren will live. The fourth floor will be my personal residence, and on top of the fourth floor is going to be 8 inches of poured concrete, and we're going to use that for a lift, L-I-F-T, a lift that will bring the jet skis up to the roof for cold storage when they're not being used. I don't want to leave the jet skis on the beach. But also, there might be an experimental helicopter that's going to be able to land and take off with tie downs on the roof. But one thing that I'm a little bit upset about is that I did speak with the neighbor who's building a big hotel, and they will allow me to keep the Signet 3 pontoon ultralight on their property behind their hotel. So I have a place for the Signet 3 ultralight when and if I get the money from my son for that. And then But on the roof, there will be tie downs for an experimental ultralight helicopter with vertical takeoff capacity. And there's also going to be a lift that will pick up the jet skis. So the jet skis weigh 1,100 pounds apiece. It's going to be a 1-ton lift, electric motor. It'll take about 45 seconds to get these things to the roof. So unless you guys want me to upgrade to the Cray Systems 3 and to build the hotel with your donations, thank you very much. I'm going to say, please stop sending Super Chat. We have already exceeded the money necessary. And to be honest with you, I looked for the only upgrade on the systems on the ASUS Pro Duo. The only upgrade I can make on that computer, well, I'll show you the specs, is this. There is another computer, but it's not the Duo. Okay, so let's just clear up what the Pro Duo is and what it is not. The Pro Duo has a screen down here that's 5.5 inches by 14 inches wide. Okay, and this screen can slide up to the top screen, or you can slide the top screen down to the bottom screen. Now, so in other words, it has